Welcome to the Turing Test, your daily deep dives podcast. Today, we're diving right into the world of autonomous AI agents. Imagine your favorite chatbot not just chatting, but also handling your calendar, fetching the cheapest Lisbon to Berlin flights, and filing your expense reports all while you're enjoying an espresso.
Wow, that's pretty wild, right? It's like your digital assistant has become a full-on personal manager.
Exactly. It's that leap from a regular chat response to crafting plans, executing tasks. It's like turning ideas into real-world actions.
Yeah. So, what really makes an agent stand apart from a standard chatbot?
Okay, so here's the idea. A chatbot just spits out answers, but an agent, well, it's a planner. It breaks down a goal into actions, like a digital junior assistant that not only writes the checklist, but, actually ticks the boxes by using tools like APIs or even other agents.
Right. So it's like chatting versus doing. It's the difference between asking for directions and actually like driving you there.
Exactly. It's like, think of it as upgrading from a paper map to a GPS that not only shows directions, but reroutes you in real time.
That reminds me of the OpenAI function calling update from 2023, where models began outputting JSON that directly connects to real code calls, right?
Yes, precisely. And then there were models like the O3 and O4 Mini released in May, which extended that idea to near instant chain of thought planning. It's like they became the mastermind behind orchestrating multiple steps, rather than just quizzing you on trivia.
Absolutely. Interesting. So moving on, let's talk about the frameworks. Are these like LangChain, AutoGen, and CrewAI really production ready? Or are they just cool toys for enthusiasts?
Great question. In the past, many of these tools were seen as more experimental. But look now, with LangChain racking up millions of weekly downloads and being used by e-commerce giants for tasks like automated product listing translation, it's definitely crossing over into production.
So it's not just theoretical anymore.
Right? It's like building with Legos rather than soldering every single wire. Yeah, exactly. And then there's AutoGen. It basically splits tasks among multiple lightweight agents. One plans, another executes, and yet another audits. Some even say it's already earned a best open source framework nod at events like LlamaCon.
But let me throw a curveball here. Aren't frameworks like these, especially under frameworks like CrewAI, also prone to issues when it comes to scale? I've heard that seasoned engineers caution about infinite loops and flaky third-party APIs.
You've got a point. Benchmarks can look amazing until you hit those corner cases. Even the most solid setup requires timeout guards, budget controls, and strong observability dashboards. So, while they're not just playground toys anymore, they still need serious operational muscle behind them.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the takeaway is, yes, they're maturing, but there's still a lot of behind-the-scenes hard work needed before you let them loose in serious production.
Definitely. And now onto safety, which is huge. Once an agent can recompile code or even move money around, a hallucination isn't just a funny mistake. It could be catastrophic.
Absolutely. And how are developers dealing with that? I mean, what guardrails are in place?
Well, there are three big layers of defense. First, narrowing the toolset so you only expose trusted APIs. Second, monitoring the tokens in the plan. Like if an agent starts wanting to ping thousands of random websites at 3 a.m., you just hit the kill switch. And third, wrapping the whole loop in evaluators. Think of it as a supervising model or a rules engine that checks actions against set policies.
Got it. So it's not just blind trust, it's layered oversight. And I've seen that companies like Scenario Partners are even using asynchronous Slack workflows for human review of risky actions.
Exactly. It's all about transparency. Each planned step gets inspected. And there's also a push for what they call constitutional prompts, where a supervising model enforces rules like budget limits or privacy standards.
That's really reassuring, but it also makes you wonder, as these autonomous agents take on more critical tasks, how will regulators react?
Right, regulators are definitely in the mix. The EU's AI Act, for instance, is putting carve-outs for high-impact autonomous systems, which might even enforce things like real-time logging and third-party audits. US agencies are playing catch-up with similar policies.
So safety becomes not just a feature, but like the whole product. Precisely. And now, the big question. How will these agents affect jobs? I recall Sam Altman mentioned something about personal AI teams entering the workforce soon, which is both exciting and a bit unnerving.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. On one hand, technology, has always shifted job landscapes. Just like spell check replaced proofreaders but then led to a boom in content marketing, autonomous agents might automate tasks like invoice matching or scheduling, but that also creates roles in AI strategy, prompt engineering, and oversight.
Right. It's a bit like how automation in the factory floor reduced certain roles, but eventually boosted the tech sector and engineering oversight jobs.
Exactly. It's a 2 to 3 year transitional dance. For example, take a logistics company that let agents optimize truck routes during a storm, resulting in improved job satisfaction because human dispatchers moved on to more creative optimization tasks rather than micromanaging every detail.
That's a smart pivot. But there's also the flip side where workload increases, like that support center in Manila using agents to draft email replies, and then human agents just edit them, which raised volumes by 40% without additional headcount.
True, and that tension is exactly what makes the business landscape so interesting. It's all about preparing to pivot and upskill rather than outright replacement.
So would you say the future's more about human augmentation than complete automation?
Absolutely. Let the bots handle the repetitive paperwork, while we humans focus on creative and strategic thinking. It's a win-win if managed correctly.
Yeah, that's the ideal balance. And wrapping it all up, agents now plan and act. Frameworks are becoming production ready, but still need tight ops. Safety is layered like an onion. And jobs? Oh, they're evolving. You just have to adapt and, harness the power rather than fear it.
Perfectly put. The key takeaway is to experiment, monitor everything, and share those learnings. Whether you're a developer testing a single business task in a safe sandbox or an exec piloting agents under strict KPI checks.
Right on. And speaking of experiments, I'm super intrigued about what's next. Like multimodal office suites where text, voice, video, and code all blend into one integrated agent loop.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. Tomorrow's deep dive will open even more doors into that realm. It's like we're watching the future unfold in real time.
Before we sign off, just a quick challenge. Don't you think that some might argue we're underestimating how quickly these agents could be misapplied, even with safety measures in place?
That's a valid point. Sure, layered defenses are great, but there's always a risk of things slipping through if they're not vigilantly monitored. The balance between rapid innovation and rigorous oversight is delicate, and constant refinement is key.
I totally see that. Overall, it feels like we're on the brink of something epic, even if there are bumps along the road.
Exactly. So, whether you're a tech enthusiast, a developer, or a business leader, it's time to prepare for a smarter, more autonomous, and yes, more dynamic future. Thanks for tuning in.
And don't forget, like, subscribe, and drop your comments, both cheers and critiques. Until next time, keep pushing the envelope.